Now, it turns out that there are over 100 studies now showing the same thing. That when you have men and women do this exercise, women, much more often than men, tend to place their X's on the far left-hand side of the sheet of paper. When bad things happen, they tend to take blame, see it's because of who they are, and it's not likely to change. It's what we call depressogenic thinking, right? Men, are we lucky we live in this country or what? We realize when bad things happen, it's always somebody else's fault. It's specific to my fourth wife, and I'm sure it won't happen with my fifth, right? So I mean, I could joke about it that way, but the issue is pretty serious because, ladies, I'm sorry, the news gets even worse for you. When good things happen in your life, you tend to do a gender flip-flop. Compared to men, when good things happen in your life, you see them as outside of your control, specific just to this relationship or situation, and it probably won't repeat itself. Now, when X's are too often too far on the left-hand side, we tend to see depression. When X's are too often too far on the right-hand side, what do we see? Anger management problems, right? People don't see the patterns, their contribution to the situation, and so forth. So as you might imagine, mental health is when X's are kind of in the middle, right? There's a balance. Doesn't mean they're always in the middle. Sometimes on the left, sometimes on the right, but they're back and forth. Generally, there's a balance of they're kind of in the middle. I have some role that I played in that. There's some things that I can change about that situation. It doesn't always happen this way, and so forth. Okay? The way I use this is I will have people do this, and I mean, you can have them do this for maybe one event a week. That takes a while to really see a pattern emerge. What I will often do is say, you know what? Think of all of last year, all of the calendar year last year, and pick 10 different upsetting events, bad things that happened to you. And take out a piece of paper and do one of these for each of those 10 events. Person comes in and we look at it and we see a pattern. Maybe on the first two dimensions, personal and pervasive, the X's are left and right, kind of in the middle and so forth. Maybe almost all the time on the permanency dimension, the X is always on the left-hand side. That helps me as a therapist and counselor say, you know what? Why don't we challenge this assumption you're making that things are as unchangeable as they are? Maybe they're more malleable, more modifiable than they are. So it kind of helps us direct specifically to where is their attribution, how are they making sense of this situation in ways that is actually adding to their woes? How can we get them to be more optimistic, more flexible in their thinking, and as a result, certainly more resilient and experiencing more happiness and pleasure?